Hey, I'm Brian from the Filthy Records YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be talking about my experience from the Mazzy LA meetup. But before I tell my experience, I want to give a shout out to a few people who I received VCLT from, starting with the more recent VCLT that I got, Brad Teal, aka Jazz Brad on Instagram. If you guys don't know who Jazz Brad is on Instagram, he has one of the finest jazz vinyl collection out there, and he posts every day on Instagram. So give him a follow. I'm gonna leave a link to his profile in the description below. Anyways, he messaged me the day of the Mazzy meetup, and he told me if I wanted a record because he got a duplicate, and I said sure, that would be awesome. And I appreciated him for that. And not long ago, it finally arrived. And before I show the record, when I received the package, I got a huge big smile on my face because I saw this. So he drew my profile picture, the Fluffy Records profile picture, which is pretty much the uh, drawing of the Ken Nordine Word Jazz album. Anyways, he drew that, and apparently, this is funny to me at least. This is funny because he didn't do the speech bubble, and he told me that the post office, whoever was working that day, decided to do the to say the hi fluffy LOL, and I thought that was really funny because he just told me that the only thing that he drew was this. Anyways, I covered up the other stuff. But yeah, thank you, Brad. This isn't the record, rather, but I appreciate him drawing the logo of my profile. I'm gonna leave that right there. See if hopefully it doesn't fall. But the record that he sent me is actually from a label that I've been wanting to start collecting. This is a free jazz record that I wasn't aware of, but very, very excited. Finally spun this one. This is John Sermon featuring Tony Levin live at Moore's Festival. This Moore's label, I think, might be a label based in Germany, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure, but it's probably in the European region. John Sermon, who I'm not familiar with by any means, I am familiar with the label more now, but John Sermon, who plays a number of instruments on here, he plays the bass clarinet, the saxophone, baritone saxophone. Um, actually, let me just show you guys what he plays. So he's on here playing baritone saxophone, bass clarinet, soprano, and synthesizer, whereas Tony Levin plays drums and percussion. This was recorded in 1975. I believe it originally came with a different cover, so this could be a reissue, which I don't mind having this reissue. I'm happy to have received this VCLT. So thank you, Brad. I finally spun it and it sounds awesome. But I haven't had the chance to buy anything from their website. So I'm happy to have this one in my collection. If you guys have not streamed that before, it is pretty face melting. So if you like free jazz, then it's for you. Alright, so let me show you guys the next VCLT that I got from none other than Rob the Wax. Rob, I think, watches my channel. I'm not exactly sure if he does, but I guess he knows what I collect when it comes to jazz. Because when I received the pile of records that he handed me, they were some that I've been wanting. But he handed me this. This is Black Sabbath Paranoid. Of course, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath second album. This is on the White Warner Brothers label, so this is a later reissue. I'm happy nonetheless. I've been wanting this record in my collection for some time now, and he told me that he had one for me, so I was like, okay, gonna hold off on buying one. And yeah, this is it. Happy to have this one for now. Thank you, Rob. He also gave me a couple of 10-inch records, which I appreciate because I do collect 10-inch records, um, which I forgot to take out. But the 12-inch records that I have, I'm going to show for sure. This is another one. I was super surprised when I saw that he put this one in my pile. I really, really appreciate it, and I'm happy to for the way this one sounds. And this is one that I've been wanting for some time now. This is one where I every time I see this pop up online, it's either in not the best shape. I mean, like it's like terrible shape, or it's overpriced. So I'm happy to have this one. I'm talking about Sunny Side Up, Dizzy Gillespie, Sonny Stitt, Sonny Rollins on Verb. I think this was recorded in 57 and then released in 59. But I've been wanting this one. I think this was in a stream where Raw was had shown this, and he said he was gonna either put it on like in one of his auctions or something. But then I said that I've been looking for this, and I guess he decided to put this one in my pile. So really, really appreciate it. But yeah, this has a wonderful lineup here: Dizzy Gillespie on trumpet, Sonny Rollins and Sonny Stitt on tenor saxophones, Ray Bryant on piano, Tom Bryan on bass, Charlie Persip on drums. This sounds absolutely amazing. I love this album because I like early Dizzy Gillespie. You know, Dizzy Gillespie did stuff in the early days of jazz and later days, 70s and so forth. And so did these other cats, Sonny Rollins, Sonny Stitt. I prefer early Sonny Stitt. I mean, I don't mind 70s Sonny Stitt either, but I like his earlier stuff more. And then Sonny Rollins, I just like anything Sonny Rollins, really. I don't mind anything that he put out. So overall, just the fact that these three cats did an album together is awesome. So thank you again, Rob. That was more than generous. Moving forward, now we can talk about the LAVC meetup with Mazzy. If you guys don't know who Mazzy is, uh, go check him out. Mazzy's Music, Norman Maslov on YouTube, or Mazzy's Music is his handle, I believe, on YouTube. But Mazzy, it was so great to meet him. Um, he is originally from San Francisco, and then now resides in Seattle, Washington. He had a plan to do a 2-day meetup, I believe, or was it three? I think it was 2 day, Friday and Saturday meetup. I went on Friday, um, and my oh my, so many people went that day. It was great to meet everyone for the first time. Uh, I think the only two people that I had already met was Rob the Waxed and John Moreno. Everyone else was my first time meeting them, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience. So, like I said, I went on Friday, and that was, I think, the day where most people went to the Amoeba meetup at 11. So I got there probably 10 to 15 minutes before they opened. And what's funny was if you watch Mazzy's video, he, I think he starts the video where he's like sitting down on a bench, and that's literally right across the street from Amoeba. There's a bench there's across the street from Amoeba, there's a bus stop and there's a bus bench. And I had passed by that bench, and I could have probably met Mazzy before everyone else had I checked the bench that he was sitting on. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I was nervous. I was just really, really excited that I just wanted to get there. I just wanted to get to Amoeba on time. When I got there, there was a line, and I was like, "Holy smokes! Is this all the people that are here to meet Mazzy?" It turns out that there was an event that was gonna go on probably like the same week or the next week after a music event for at Amoeba, and I think the line was for people to buy like the musician's album or whatever. So when I got to the line, Chauncey Phillips is the YouTube handle. He recognized me on he recognized me. I have never seen or met Chauncey, so it was very, very nice to meet Chauncey there too. And then minutes passed by, and I think I saw Jeff K. Myers. I met Jeff K. Myers. It was really, really great to meet him. And then went Jim Kaplan from Record Collector News. It was super awesome to meet him. And I think at the same time, John Moreno was there, who I had already met at Record Safari for their 3rd-year anniversary drop that they did earlier this year. And then Rob showed up probably right around the time that, like a minute before they opened. And then we all just went inside and started digging. We went our own ways because, not all of us are into the same music. Eventually, we all gathered at Amoeba, inside Amoeba, when we had some records. And you can see in the Mazzy video, I show a few records that I was going to get, deciding to get, and for I think maybe one of them I ended up passing. But I'm gonna be showing you guys the stuff that I got at Amoeba, which is not a lot. And funny enough, for the records at least, I think all of the ones that I'm gonna show were handed to me by Rob, um, and two of them is cheap heat, and one of them was one that I got off the wall. So starting off with one of the cheap heats that I got that was handed to me was this right here, Ahmad Jamal, which is Poinciana. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but Poinciana, um, which is essentially a compilation, which I didn't realize was a compilation till I was looking at it on Discogs when I arrived home. This is a compilation of 2 albums. I think one of them is Live at Pershing, but Not For Me album by Ahmad Jamal. I can't remember what the other one's from, but this is one on Argo, and I had known about this, but I'm happy to have gotten this one from Rob. Compilations aren't really for me, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna hold on to that one. So this is one that I showed in the Mazzy video. This is Woody Shaw 3, Woody 3, and as you can see, I got this one for $2, and it's a white label promo on Columbia. For whatever reason, I thought this would be, I don't know, I for some reason I thought I would not like it. When I saw this for the first time, I thought this would be some Kenny G type jazz, like because I thought later Woody Shaw would be, I don't know, that kind of jazz, but I was mind blown by it's completely different from what I thought it would be, and I'm happy that I was wrong because this freaking rocks. This is like a big band, not big band, but it's a large combo of musicians, and I think this was a live recording. But this was done in 70. This was released at least in 79. It has a large lineup of musicians, which I don't think you'll be able to read that. But yeah, in the video, I forgot what happened. I think I said that this cover is supposed to be like, here's Woody Shaw, here's his kid, and here's the dad. So this is like a generational thing. But yeah, I'm happy to have gotten this one. The last one is the wall record, which I couldn't show during the Mazzy's video because whenever you get something from the wall, the staff there has to leave it at the counter. So how did I get this one? When I got there, Rob was already in the jazz section, and he had pointed out that there was a Kenny Burrell uh, record, and I was like, "Oh man, this is one that I've been wanting. This is one that I had my eye on. That I wanted, like a Van Gelder, because I saw that it said. Well, I didn't see, but I knew it was gonna be a Van Gelder, right? And so Rob wanted to check it out first, so he decided to check it out, and I think I told him, I told him, don't you already have a copy? Don't you already have like a mono copy? And when he checked it out, the record out, he was gracious enough to hand it to me. He was like, you know what, here, you can have it. And so I checked it out, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get this. So the record that I'm talking about is Kenny Burrell's Midnight Blue. This is the Van Gelder New York label. And I thought this would be an original stereo. It turns out the original stereo has the Plastilite, and I thought that the Plastilite was only on the mono copy for this one, but it turns out that they also did they put the they had pressed the stereo copies at Plastilite. So this is an earless copy, uh, probably like right around where the Blue Note company was transitioning to Liberty. I think this was, right there towards the end of the New York USA label days of this. But anyways, super super happy to have this. I had a classic series, Blue Note classic series that I had long given away, and I also have I was checking my classic records out, and it turns out I have the classic records pressing, but I'm gonna be giving that one. I'm gonna be selling that one because I honestly just want one copy. I'm kind of done with the duplicates, so I am happy to have this one finally. A Van Gelder Kenny Burrell with let's see, Stanley Turrentine on tenor sax, Major Holly Jr. on bass, Bill English on drums, and Ray Barretto, who I believe he plays congas on here. But yeah, one more thing that I got at Amoeba is this. I think this is a documentary, but I've been wanting to check this one out. This one came out not that long ago, or probably like a few years back. But this is talking about Blue Note. So I've got this Blue Note recordings Beyond the Notes documentary that I still haven't opened, but this is pretty much a documentary which talks about Blue Note during the years, the prime years of Blue Note, I think. And so you have like all these legendary cats who recorded during that time period, and yeah, I'm super happy to have this and check it out. I think there's also another Blue Note documentary that came out around the same time as this one, but it's either I think it's also like I think it's European. I think it's maybe German, a German Blue Note documentary that they did. That I want to check that one out as well. But yeah, the Mazzy experience after Amoeba, we went to let's see, we went to this restaurant, um, which was one of the worst experiences that I food experience wise, it was one of the worst. But to be able to hang out with all the people that I hung out with that day, made it not that bad. So other people that I wanted to shout out was Greg Vinyl Rundown. Thank you, Greg, for giving me uh, a ride, or rather, multiple rides to the Italian restaurant and to the Atomic Records that we went to after. And Alex Diamond Marimba, it was great meeting you. We all went to the same place after Amoeba. We went to the Italian restaurant called Pinocchio's, um, and then we went to Atomic right after, which is not that far away from the place where we ate. But what's funny was when everyone was done, I sort of wandered off, and surprisingly, Greg also wandered off, and he saw me, and he was like, "All right, let's go to Atomic." And when we got there, we were the first ones to get there, and I everyone else was like, "Oh." Fluffy, we were looking for you. Like, where the heck did you go?" And they thought that I had left, but no, it turns out I went with Greg to Atomic, and we got there before everyone else. I didn't get anything at Atomic. They have killer stuff, but beyond my price range of records that I would pay. Of course, one of the best walls in record walls in LA for sure. But yeah, after that, went home, and like I said, it was a wonderful experience, and I hope that there's more to come in the very near future. But yeah, that is it for today. Um, Thanks for sticking around, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care.